Good seeing everyone. Gonna chill for a little bit, just talk about couple things going on right now. But I'm gonna try to go live a little bit later in a couple of hours. Got a little bit of time. Giving everyone a chance, a couple minutes here to get notified, and all that good stuff. Just bringing a lot of things together. We're in such an amazing time. There's so much going on that we're going to come together and start bringing all this information together. Introducing the people to some more information. But as you can see, we're getting nothing from the Gentiles. We're getting nothing from the other side. We're not hearing anything to counteract anything. We're not getting any explanations for burning books, hiding information, justification for 66 books, 80 books only. We're getting nothing but just crickets from everyone, as if somehow, they're so advanced and the Most High is dealing with them that they don't even have to answer to anyone anymore. These people, and that's their whole thing. They don't think that they have to answer to anyone. They don't have to explain anything to anyone. But you know what though? It's because they can't. It should be obvious now that these guys have absolutely nothing. Just like in the video I did last night, from ISIS Unveiled. When, it shows you there's very few copies of those books even available. And the churches were the ones responsible for burning these books. They're the ones, they just say it's witchcraft, and therefore, they can put whatever label they want to on things. And after they put their label on things, they can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. They can burn books. They can, and no one even thinks about, why exactly are we burning these books? Well, you never even were allowed to even read them in the first place. You were never allowed to come up with your own conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something that they've never allowed. They've never allowed you to do. So, like I said, those books, I said, are very, very expensive. Why? Those are the copies that survived. But again, where's the Catholic Church? Where is the Christian churches? Either giving a justification for why they burn these books, and you guys just going and finding one thing and then saying that that's the reason why you burn the entire book. What we can do about your whole religion? We just find one thing about your religion, which isn't hard to do, that shows that it's not godly. It doesn't follow what the Bible says or what the Most High decrees, and we just throw your whole religion. See, when we find out about things that your religions have done, you want peace and you want grace and you want people to, give you grace, right? But when in books, it's like if there's one thing that doesn't go with your doctrine, you act as if you get to just throw everything out, right? Yep. Well, like I said, the King James Version is just the beginning. This is the basic instructions before leaving Earth. There's way more than just the Bible, and all of a sudden now you got these Gentiles trying to bring out these books. I'm like, with no understanding as usual. With no understanding as usual. Now, the title of the book, or title of the video for right now, is talking about Revelation chapter 11. And it's something we have to really kind of think about. Revelation 11, the part where the two witnesses were lying dead in the street, and the whole world was partying it up. The whole world has been partying it up until the end of 2019, right? The whole world has been partying up since all the way up until 2019. Now, we know that there was a huge event that started at the end of 2019, went to 2020, and it shut down the entire world, right? And, we don't want to get the video shut down here. So we'll just say that there was a key to getting to getting society back to normal. That's what you were told. That there was a certain key that had to be put into a lock in your person and turned, and all of a sudden, once this key got into your person, and all of a sudden everything would get better. And they were trying to force everyone to take this key. You got the key, and then you were the lock, and they got to put it in you and turn it. And all of a sudden, that was going to make everything go back to normal. So all of a sudden, there's all this information coming out that I saw. I'll just show it to you. I'm not going to read it because you know how this is with this key and lock situation. That they'll attack you if you bring out too much stuff or whatever else, right? So this key has not worked out the way that they said it was. Has not worked out the way that they thought. And now all of a sudden there's all this information that shows you this key that they were forcing people to take and into their person. It has a lot of adverse effects. In fact, let me just show you, because these just came out. Guy from GMS, I don't know if it was Malcolm from GMS, put up, it's not even here, these articles. But I'm not going to read it. What we'll do is maybe we'll get into it later on. Maybe I'll just make a video and put it up on Patreon. Might just start doing that as well. I've been putting up other stuff over there, but I might just put some of these videos over there as well. But all of a sudden now, we're not going to say it's 2 and 2. We're not going to connect them because we can't do that kind of stuff. But all I'm going to say is that there's been a whole lot of excess deaths going on. And if you go with Jacob chapter 5, the Most High said that as we begin to produce good fruits, that he was going to clear the lands. Now, many people, and this key, it was something that was going on worldwide. So there's excess deaths going on worldwide, right? So Redacted has a video on it about how there's all these studies that are coming out about this key now that are proving that many of the things that we were told in 2020 and on have been a lie. Now, my thing is this: if you're starting to realize that you've been lied to about absolutely everything, and they would lie to you about this key after 2020 and force many people to, take this key, the key to freedom, the key to free Edom, the key to getting life back to normal. If you're getting, it's being proven that, you weren't told the whole truth about this key. Touching this beautiful tree here. How can you trust these people about anything else? You guys are picking and choosing what you want to believe. Like, you guys are talking about Ish now and now the horrible things they're doing to Palestinians, but you still support Ish. See, you guys were, when our dead bodies were in the streets in Revelation 11, and you guys were partying it up, Most High said, party's done. He said that at the end of 2019, from 1619, 2019, 400 years, party's done. You guys said, oh, hell no. No. The party is not done. In fact, we are going to come up with this key so we can keep the party going. And Most High's like, okay. Yeah, we got this key. And, we don't want this party to be over with. We want the dead bodies of the Israelites to be still here in the streets, right? We want them to continue to be dead in the streets. So we are going to we're not going to observe your time limit, Most High. We're going to make our own. And we believe that this party here should just go on forever, right? This party that we've been able to enjoy at the expense of your people is not over with in 2019. And in fact, we are going to go as hard as we can to continue with this party. So they told the whole world that, hey, if you want this party to continue, if you want these dead Israelites to be in the streets so we can continue to enjoy this party, take this key, right? Come get this key. And so many people just didn't even think, and just, hey, if this is the the key that'll unlock the box to be able to continue free Edom and enjoy this whole setup, then that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. And people just took it. And okay, well, the first key might not have worked, so take a second one. Go to another part, go unlock another box. Maybe that one's not good enough, take another one and another one. And now, not saying what's going on right now has anything to do with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not making any connections about anything else, but all I'm saying is that there's a whole lot of excess deaths that have been going on. So it wasn't like what you guys were told was going to be the way to continue with this kingdom worked out that way, So many people are still trying to believe that you have some type of control, but you guys have absolutely no control whatsoever. Brother Moriel put a video out, I think like last night, this is the first part of it, talking about eschatology, and the eschatology is a huge marker between the Most High's people and the Gentiles, right? Just their whole breakdown of eschatology is about them being able to enjoy themselves, party it up, and then say, white Jesus, and then get to go to heaven and enjoy heaven. I said we're reading the same book and we're getting two totally different breakdowns. Theirs is about the rapture, R-A-P-T-U-R-E, but it's really a rapture, W-R-A-P. It's a rap for sure. It is a rap for sure. It is a rap for your time. You guys fought against the Most High in 2020, thinking that you can continue with your party from Revelation 11, and the two dead bodies of the Israelites were dead in the streets, and you guys would do anything. You guys would do absolutely anything to keep this party going, right? And that's exactly what you did. You took whatever key you were told to take. You fell in line and did whatever it was you were told to do, and you put your faith in man. You know what I'm saying? You put your faith in man, and now the consequences are starting to appear. It is a wrap for sure for this society and this kingdom. And it's not going to take a long time. People are hoping that it takes a long time so they can continue with all this. So this guy coming here with a blower, so just holding on real fast, family. Got this beautiful tree here. Big boy right there. Or a big mother. So it's just absolutely beautiful here. Just a chance to kind of see the beautiful day we're having here. Right, Israel, choose this day whom you will serve. Exactly. And see, people act like, the Most High gave you an opportunity to choose who you're going to serve. We've been bringing out truth for a very long time, and people have been able to just ignore it. And, ignore all the truth that's been coming out, ignore the proof, right? And now it's to the point where you can't ignore the proof anymore. See, 2020 and on has also been a part of prophecy. Most High gave the world an opportunity to choose who you're going to serve. You guys have been given knowledge and understanding. You've been given an opportunity to bless the true Israelites, but you've chosen not to do so. You've chosen to continue with this system, right? Let's sit here for a minute. You've been given an opportunity, right? And the vast majority of the world has picked the man, has picked to follow man. Right? To stay in the vomit, you're right. They vomited up their wisdom and chose to stay there. Now, How long do you think this is going to continue? How long do you think that this is going to continue? Because see, like, it is so evident that we are in a loop. We are in a loop, and everything just loops, and the same things just happen over and over and over again, right? And we have been pulled out of the loop to be able to look back and see everyone is still left in the loop. And we try to pull people out of the loop. We try to give them knowledge, understanding. We try to pull them out of the loop, and they refused to heed what we were bringing to them. They did not want to hear it, still don't want to hear it, right? So how much longer do you think this loop is going to continue? How much longer do you, I can't see it, I mean, until we know, of course, the last person gets pulled out of the loop, right? I said, but I can't see this going on much longer. The loop is this crazy cycle, right? Pork chop preachers are here listening. They are. But they're scared to engage. They can't engage. Anyone, if it's not in your spirit, it will repel you. This truth will repel you. You will feel very uncomfortable. And because this truth requires change, this truth requires effort. And if you're not willing to change or put forth any effort, then the Most High will, make you exit stage left. That's just how it is. So it's in the Bible, when it talks about how the whole world was partying when the two dead prophets were dead in the streets, that's the northern and southern kingdom. That's the northern and southern kingdom that were dead in the streets, which allowed you guys to party it up. And you guys are doing everything, and you have been doing everything and anything to continue with this party. And now, I said there's consequences to all this. Now, the consequences aren't just after what happened after 2019. It's what's happened for the last 400 plus years. You know what I'm saying? It's what's been happening for the last few hundred years. The whole world knows who we are. You know what I mean? They all know who we are. And see, when we come into this truth, we thought they were just ignorant. They didn't know, but they do know. You can tell by their actions. You can tell by the things they don't say, the things they won't engage in. You don't try to tell me that all these pastors here and priests don't know who we are. When you've made all these rules to keep us at the bottom, and you guys have all gone with it. I said you burn books, and those books, like the one I brought out last night from ISIS Unveiled, they'll say, oh, but she was from witchcraft, she was getting information from here. I said, how do you guys know where the hell she's getting information from? And doesn't the Most High send angels to give information? And I said, if you're going to say that Blavatsky was a witch and practicing witchcraft because she was getting this information from spirits, well, then get rid of your Bible. Because there were many of our prophets who were getting information from what you would call would be spirits or from angels that you couldn't see. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're going to sit there and say that, like that's impossible, that, angels or spirits don't come in and give knowledge to understanding, then get rid of the Bible. Because that's exactly what you could say happens with the Bible as well. So, and the Most High is really giving more clarity. I just see things with much more clarity now. There's so many different avenues that we can go to. There's so many different places, topics of discussion, that we're not stuck in the loop speaking about the same things over and over and over again. Yeah, the Book of Enoch is I said, that's the stuff right there. I said, because once you get that, gives you like the right perspective of things, and then hold on. And once you get that, the main thing is getting the right perspective. If you get the perspective of the hamster on the wheel, then you're going to get white Jesus, right? You're going to get all that. You're going to get white Jesus. You're going to believe that Jesus came for everybody. You're going to believe that Ish is other people. See, that's what happens when you're in the loop. When you're in the loop, that's all you're going to believe is anything that's in the loop. Anything outside of that, you're going to say there's nothing but craziness with no facts or whatever else, right? So what we're going to see right now is the Most High is going to open up your eyes, Gentiles, as well as to the Israelites who follows the ways of the Gentiles. The Most High is going to open up your eyes, and once those eyes are open, you can't close them anymore. Just like when we came into this truth. See, you're just getting an opportunity to come to it way later. When we came into the truth, once you came into the truth, you can't unseen what the Most High has shown you. You can choose to ignore it. I says, if you want to at your own peril. I said, but once He opens your eyes, you can't unsee it. What you guys have been doing is keeping your eyes closed, even though you refuse to open your eyes. Right? The loop is the matrix, right? Updated version. That's exactly it. But we can talk about the natives here. Unequal lands that came over here. I said we got other brothers and sisters talking about that. They talk about how they've stolen our identity. Brothers and sisters talking about that. Talk about the spiritual things that they are not privy to. Brothers and sisters talking about that. There are so many different things. The history of the Inquisition and how they were going after us Israelites. We can talk about that. Greeks, Romans, how they wanted to take our place, so therefore they had to get rid of us as a people and give us a new identity, black, Negroes. We can talk about that. You see what I'm saying? We can talk about, Enlil, Inky, Sumerian tablets, things like that. There's all these different topics that these people refuse to even discuss. Because, like I said, it's not in them to all they can do. And you can see it. They're all wheel down, and all of a sudden they stop running in that loop, right? What are they going to do then? Copying and pasting, coming over here and stealing information, stealing verses, stealing books, and try to go back to their channels and talk about it when it doesn't fit them. This is why, when you go to church, like I said, churches does not make any sense anymore. I said, it never did for us anyways, because it was never in our spirit to understand it. I said, but when your pastor or priest is talking about things that pertain to Israelites and then try to make it fit, so-called Gentiles, white people, whatever else, who have been benefiting in society, it makes no sense. All of a sudden now everyone's a slave. All of a sudden now they want to talk about how everyone's gone through oppression, and yeah, to a certain extent. I said, because even in Psalm 83 there's hierarchy to this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to spend a little bit of time. I had already set up the live, and I was like, oh, I got time later on to do another one. So what am I doing? I might do another one later. But what you're going to see is what's hilarious to these people is, anytime I make a new video, the previous one stops moving. If you look at the last couple of videos, you got to like 5,000-6,000. I made another video, and it just stops. So again, just showing you the manipulation. Like no one watches any other video after I put up a new one. I said it just shows you the manipulation of everything. That's all right, Gregory Books. I'm going to do another video later on. I'm going to let the angel of wind have its way. I love the wind. Let's see. That should be a little bit better. So be on the lookout for another video in a little bit. Just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you guys right now. So we're going to try to do another video a little bit later. So I'll set up another one. Okay, for a little bit later. What happened? Another person? Much love, family. Shalom.